Welcome back, all you loyal MFers, to part 2 of Warzone. We're going straight into the action here. Making their way to the ring, accompanied by Lex Luthor, Bizarro, two members of the Legion of Doom, who will be heavily active here tonight in the second half of our Warzone episode. We saw Bizarro pick up a big win over Superman. He was a sort of a surprise guest, if you will, of Lex Luthor. After having failed to topple Superman himself, brought in this twisted mirror version of the Man of Steel to do the job. But Superman is going to be in action later tonight, will not be facing off against Bizarro again, but a new target has been placed in the sights of Bizarro by Lex Luthor, making his debut here tonight. We're about to find out who it is. Making his way to the ring and entering an MFW Warzone arena for the first time, Superboy. Has Connor Kent, Connell, various names. There are various versions of Superboy throughout the multiverse. He makes his way to the ring in an attempt to take down the man who took down the Man of Steel. Bizarro, with Lex Luthor in his corner, a very dangerous opponent. Already dangerous on his own. But then you add that intelligence, that scheming factor that is Luthor as a manager, and the whole dynamic changes. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Again, Superman not involved in this because he will be in action later tonight with two other members of the Justice League to face the three remaining members of the Legion of Doom. Ooh, went for a big crossbody to start and just got tossed aside. Normally you would say this is a difference of experience versus youth. However, Bizarro is a very strange individual. So even with all the experience in the world, it's difficult to say that there's any advantage in that regard. These two now battling it out on the outside. The guidance of Luthor, you have to imagine, is very helpful for someone like Bizarro, somebody who otherwise would probably act on impulse and simply do whatever he felt like. Now he's got direction, and he's got somebody who could point him at very specific targets, and we've seen how that's turned out already. The question is, will it continue to be a victorious streak? Oof, tossed face first into that turnbuckle, that LED. Need to be careful here. They're getting pretty deep into the count, already at 8. Just in time to break the count. Both men back in the ring after the count of 9. Gotta be careful with somebody like Bizarro that he doesn't get himself counted out or disqualified. Has him on the ropes now. Superboy needs to play to his advantages of being a little sharper, a little quicker. However, it's going to be difficult when you've got someone like Bizarro so powerful and yet so unrestrained. Locking in this ankle lock now. We normally don't see a lot of submissions from the type of superstar that Bizarro is. Much more brawler base, powerhouse. Currently Superboy in control, but thus far I would argue Bizarro seems to have had the upper hand for most of this match. Only now it seems Superboy finally turning things around with any real significance. It'll be 6-man tag action later tonight, as we mentioned. Reversal here from Superboy, fighting out. Oh, taking him to the ropes. Hanging him up. And DDT straight. Face into the mat. Superboy with a big maneuver there. But now distracted by Luther, and this is that X factor you can't ignore, is Luther on the Lex factor, if you will, on the outside. Oh, twisting! It was like a whiplash neck breaker. Impressive force on that. You can't ignore Luther on the outside, but at the same time you sort of have to. Oh, spear out of nowhere! Wrapping him up. Practically turning him inside out with so little distance. You've seen that in the match with Superman. Only a 2 count. As I was saying, though, you sort of have to ignore Luther if you don't want to get distracted. Got to keep an eye on him while at the same time not being drawn into his tactics. Oh, wait a minute. This could be the finisher. World's worst suplex. 1, 2, 3. That's it. It was a valiant effort by Superboy, but that is it for what is essentially the next target on the list of Lex Luthor. Bizarro picking up another victory, continuing his winning ways. Gotta wonder how much he knows he's being manipulated by Luthor, if at all. Obviously the disappointment etched on the face of Superboy here. Has to have hurt his pride a bit here in his debut to lose that match, but we move on. We got more to come. And so we move on to our Multimedia Championship Division. Obviously, we've seen a lot of interesting fallout after the Flashpoint pay-per-view and that controversial Fatal 4-Way ending. We've seen various opponents taking on the champ himself, trying to make their claim as to why they deserve another title shot. But this man, accompanied to the ring by the world's finest tag team champions, Cyborg and Beast Boy, as well as Starfire, 3 of the 5 members of the Teen Titans, currently on the Warzone roster. Red Robin, Tim Drake, looking to put his name into the hat, so to speak, for a future potential title match. He can earn his way towards that victory with another win here tonight. If he pulls that off, obviously had a big win against Cyclops, now has an opportunity to pull out another big victory in the Multimedia Championship Division against someone who made the claim that he was not pinned in that match and could beat the champ one-on-one, and did so. Ant-Man challenged Miles Morales recently, picked up a big victory over the champion, and now Red Robin has the chance to take down that individual and push himself further up the ranks. Ring that bell, ref, and let's get this going. These two have not faced off before. Obviously, this is a DC versus Marvel matchup, so it's a situation where neither one of them knows too much about the other, and you can see them trying to feel their way through this beginning sequence, get a feel for what they're capable of. You have to think the acrobatics and aerialist combat definitely favors Red Robin, whereas the more hung up on the ropes in the process of that takedown, the more cunning-based, crafty tactics and experience of the veteran Ant-Man favors him. So far, continuing this sequence, though, back and forth, trying to feel each other out, trying to take control. Red Robin now dragging Ant-Man, but not able to get him up on the ropes, it looked like he was going for. Ooh, and a backbreaker. Right to the lower spine. Knee first. Interesting to see if, at all, the Teen Titans on the outside play a role, or simply leave Tim Drake to his own devices. Ooh, big chop across the chest. You could hear that one. Once again, dragging his opponent. Ant-Man not really beat up enough to be able to drag him around that much. Oh, dodging the drop kick. And then dodging the Hurricane Rana from Ant-Man. Both men so quick to react. Avoid those big moves. Oh, kick to the gut into a moonsault. Going for the pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Only a 2 count. As Red Robin now sets up, could this be it? Setting up for a round robin. No, pushed away. Was setting up for that round robin, could not pull it off. Ant-Man ready and waiting for it. Big clothesline here from Ant-Man, flooring his opponents. Now he sets up for a finish. Could we see a downsize? Maybe a... Yep, there it is. Setting up for the downsize. Lands it. Knee across the face. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Seen 2 of those back to back. Those downsize taking out the likes of Thanos. So a lot of resiliency shown from Red Robin to kick out after that knee to the face. Ant-Man here just not giving an inch. Trying to maintain full control of the offense. Spinning European uppercut there. Oh, using the ropes. Only a 1 count though. Did not pay off at all. We talked about that craftiness Spanish fly from Red Robin. Oh, what a kick to the ribs. Irish whipping him into the corner here. So far, Teen Titans have let Robin handle this on his own. And it seems like he's doing just a fine job. Drop kick. Ducking, and now a mushroom stomp to the chest. Drake firmly in control at this point. Oh! Only to get tossed aside with ease by the grip on the leg. Oh, went for another. It looked like he was setting up for another last. Oh, attempt at that downsize, but no, did not pay off. Reversed. Drake now setting up for, it looked like possibly a springboard maneuver here. Springboard Hurricane Rana. And straight into the pin. 1, 2, 3. That is the 3. Red Robin picks up a huge victory. Continues his winning momentum. Picking up a victory over one of the individuals who was in that fatal 4-way match. After that win against Cyclops previously, you have to think he's just continuing to build momentum towards that championship. And if I'm Miles Morales, I'm a little worried. I've been trying to prove people wrong, trying to say, hey, I am a deserving champion, but haven't been able to put away any of my contenders in one-on-one competition. And here comes this guy you've never faced, who's picking up win after win against the guys that beat you. Congratulations to Tim Drake, but we move on to our main event of Warzone. Our 6-man tag action. Legion of Doom versus the Justice League. It's faction warfare here tonight. We've seen 2 members of the Legion of Doom already. These are the remaining 3 in action. Gorilla Grodd, Reverse Flash, and Sinestro. 3 huge arch enemies of some of our Justice Leaguers. Obviously, Reverse Flash, the twisted counterpart to the Flash. Sinestro, the Green Lantern gone rogue, if you will. And Gorilla Grodd has faced off against many of the Justice League, has run different versions of groups like the Society, or the Secret Society of Supervillains, and the Legion of Doom. Sometimes he is a leader, sometimes he's a key member. But most commonly feuded with the Flash, as he steps in to take on the powerhouse role, as the Justice League will have Superman leading the charge. And no surprise who his partners will be. Barry Allen the Flash and Hal Jordan Green Lantern, hoping to stem the tide of the Legion of Doom, who has, ever since Bizarro's appearance, seemed to have been formed with the sole purpose of undoing the Justice League and taking over Warzone. These three looking ready to go. No hesitation whatsoever. But where there are villains, there will always be heroes. These three never finer examples. The Justice League, Superman, Flash, and Green Lantern set to take on Gorilla Grodd, Reverse Flash, and Sinestro in 6-man tag action. Anything can happen. We know what these kinds of matches mean, and how even a seemingly clear-cut result can end up being undermined by unexpected moments. Put your money down on who you think is going to win, but honestly, could not call it if I had to. I mean, it's my job. I have to call the match. That's exactly what I'm doing. But I meant I can't call who the winner would be off the top of my head, because it's just, it could really go either way with two powerful units like this. Let's not waste too much more time. We've got all 6 of our participants ready and in the ring. Who's going to start us off? Looks like it'll be Reverse Flash and the Flash to kick things off. Ring that bell. Oh, straight into a Hurricane Rana. No feeling out period here. These two teams know each other very well. Despise each other, some of them. They have no intention, especially when you're starting off with the Flash and Reverse Flash, no intentions of slowing things down. I want to thank you all again for joining me. Always a pleasure having you. I am Roman Empire, your host, MC, commentator, and just as big a fan of all this comic book stuff as the rest of you nerds. Oof! Big impact on that enziguri there. Back of the neck. Remember to leave your comments for matches you want to see in the future, or what you think about the matches you've seen already and you wanted to see rematches of. Remember to hit that like if you're enjoying all this as much as I am. I hope more so than me, because this is my job, so you should really be enjoying it more than I am. It's made for you, so please enjoy to your heart's content. And remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single episode. Don't miss a moment. Anything can happen. It's MFW, it's the multiverse. Green Lantern taking Reverse Flash into the corner here. So far, Justice League doing a great job of isolating Reverse Flash, keeping him from his allies, making tags on their own. Oh! Going into the pin after that sort of scoop slam Michinoku driver. Thus far, Justice League seems to have been the more well-oiled machine, belly to belly, as they've maintained calm, cool, and collected control of their opponents. But with that clothesline, Suddenly things have shifted in favor of the Legion of Doom. Oh, big right hand, ring hand to the forehead. Oh, looks like he's going for a sunset flip powerbomb. Jordan, reverse flash out here. Oh! A little bit of you can't see me with the right hand. Already at the 6 count. These two gotta be careful. Obviously, we know Hal Jordan loves to throw those fists. No surprise you see those heavy-handed blows. Gut wrench suplex. Big elbow drop. The one downside to have isolating reverse flash so much is that if he does finally manage to make the tag, he's got two very fresh partners. Oh, Gorilla Grodd grabbing Jordan here. Oh, chop across the chest. Teamwork starting to show from LOD. Jordan taking him into the Justice League's corner, making another tag. Oh, we could see it. Knee and super kick combo. In for the pin. Referee distracted by Gorilla Grodd, though. Jordan took out Sinestro, but this might have been too long. 2. Oh, and a 2.9. That would have been the match, I'm convinced, with how long he was on the mat. That would have been a 3 count. But Gorilla Grodd getting in the face of the ref, distracting him, while Jordan was dealing with Sinestro. And despite the fact that Jordan was able to keep Sinestro from breaking up the pin, Grodd able to distract the referee for long enough that there was just too much time by the time the count was actually being made. Barely able to kick out. As now this stampede of stomps being executed as Gorilla Grodd drop kicks into the sternum of Flash. Going for the pin. Broken up at a 1 by Superman. Quick to get out of the ring, smart move. Don't want to end up getting isolated and attacked and then taken out. Unable to support your team. Flash desperately looking like he wanted to make the tag there, but just cut off by Grodd. Oh, and clothesline clean out of the ring. Could see a tag here. Jordan back in this match. Fight being taken to the outside, and once again, oh! Caught the hand and then slapped across the face. A series of blows here, those quick strikes. The pugilist that is Hal Jordan. Already at a 4 count. Grodd and Jordan need to be careful not to get counted out here. Aiming for the torso, looks like, oh, tossed into the ring post. Superman taking Grodd into the ring before he could do more damage to Jordan. Probably a wise move. Oh, out of nowhere, fisherman suplex. Grodd fighting back though. Already has him up. Could see a gorilla press. Now setting up for a triple powerbomb off the top rope. Reverse flash and Sinestro climbing to assist. Seen this maneuver before from other factions. Planted. Not looking good for Jordan. In for the pin here, but broken up at a 1. Superman flying in with such quickness to break up those pins. Interesting how it started so much in favor of the Justice League. Such teamwork, fluidity, efficiency, tag team continuity, and then all of a sudden there were just a few pivotal moments where things shifted in favor of the Legion of Doom, and they've maintained control ever since. That most pivotal moment I can think of is that finisher from Jordan and Flash going for the pin and then having that distraction from Grodd on the outside, changing that whole dynamic. Oh! Grodd dragging Jordan out. Russian leg sweep from Superman. Superman hasn't been tagged into this matchup. It's all he can really do at this point is to try and keep whoever's on the outside from continuing the punishment to his teammates. But you got to think he's itching to get back in this match. Or in this match period. I don't know where back came from. He hasn't got in there. Already at a 7 count. And now 8. If they're not careful, they're going to be counted out. Oh, Jordan already getting out of the ring, though. We go back to a 1 count. Oof, elbow across the chest. Oh, Jordan calling for Grodd to get up. Perhaps playing possum. Grodd immediately with the knee. Oh, went for a scoop slam and slipped out. Oh, wait a minute. Capture suplex. Oh, into the turnbuckles. You saw the legs bounce off those turnbuckles. And once again, another triple powerbomb being set up against Jordan from Grodd with the assistance of Reverse Flash and Sinestro. Impact. Another pin, and no surprise, Superman in quick to break up those pins. The deja vu. Now the deadlift gut wrench from Grodd. Oh! Gotta think Superman is itching to get into this match. Has not been tagged in at all. I believe the same could be said for Sinestro. Has not been legal in this matchup. Tag made to Flash here. Could see another finisher. Super kick into it. Knee! Flash going for the pin. In enemy territory, though. Broken up. Flash taken to the outside momentarily. Looked like he was getting fixated on Reverse Flash. He cannot do that. Has to focus on the legal man. Now looks like he's focusing on the legs of Grodd, trying to take out that base. Ooh, just body checked with such ease. Grodd looks like tagging in Sinestro. Sinestro finally getting into this match. Double back body drop. Quick tag. Hot tag made to Green Lantern as Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, and Sinestro get a chance to go at it in this match, trading blows. These two obviously know each other very well. Deep history. Bad blood, to say the least. And they look at, you could see how well they know each other with counter for counter, matching each other. Big right fist. Now targeting the limbs of Jordan. Seems Sinestro trying to slow down the pace now, work over his opponent, keep them from running away with the pace of the match. And now setting up already. Orbital drop. Going in for the pin. 1, 2. Finisher broken up at the 2 count. That orbital drop. Oh, and into a cutter. A quick cutter from Reverse Flash as Superman is taken out. One less member of the Justice League as backup for Jordan in this situation. Oh, went for it. Oh! Looked like went for a shoulder block. Jordan rolled out of the ring to get away from it, only to walk into a neck breaker from Reverse Flash. all of a sudden the teamwork and the fluidity has shifted so much in favor of the Legion of Doom. Jordan planted on top of the barricade there. Ribbed first. Ribs, I guess. Ribbed first. It sounds like a dish. Oh, busted open on the apron. Already at a 7 count. Having a little trouble here. Finally gets him into the ring. Oh, and a backdrop. As we were saying, though, just the surprising how quickly the dynamic of tag team efficiency changes completely in the second half of this matchup. The latter portions, I suppose I should say. Oh, series of combination strikes, though, as Jordan does whatever he can to fight back into this. Once again, Superman has not been tagged in this match. Probably been dying to get into this ring. Oh, hung up over the top rope. Sort of a modified version of a fireman's carry cutter. And now Sinestro's turn to attempt that triple powerbomb. Just repeat it. Look how bloodied he is. Just gushing. Gushing down the forehead of Jordan. Now he attempts to get a little measure of payback against the Green Lantern. Triple powerbomb. The third this man has taken. His back has got to be feeling it. No way Jordan will be 100% if... Oh, and the ref accidentally taken out in the process. This does not bode well for the order of this match. Oh, a tag made here. Sinestro tagging in Reverse Flash. Ooh, it's a double wishbone to the legs. Referee rolling up to his feet there. Surprising quickness. We have spry referees here, alright? Yeah, they sometimes get taken out easy, but they're not all made of paper. Only a 1 count. Broken up. Gotta think at this point, Legion of Doom is wondering, what do they have to do to nullify the Superman aspect of this equation? Keep him from interfering. He's been... Okay, Reverse Flash getting a little funky here. Used to moving at the speed of time. Power dampeners affect all of our superstars in different ways. Can't always count for it. Be gentle with them. Oh, wait a minute. Hurricane Rana into a power bomb. Gorilla Grodd now legal in this matchup. Gorilla Press. No, no. I had to readjust. And now plants him. Into the pin. 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's it. It's over. Gorilla Press does it. Had to readjust in the middle of it, but finally got it planted, and Jordan had just taken too much damage. Superman never legally tagged into the matchup. Has to have contributed to the outcome of this match. But in the end, the villains triumph. A big win for the Legion of Doom. Taking down 3 of the biggest members of the Justice League. Gotta think that's gonna smart for the JL moving forward. But regardless, we have our winners. Congratulations are in order regardless. But you gotta wonder, what does that mean for Warzone in the future with these guys running around? Thank you once again. I'm Roman Empire for joining me. All you loyal MFers each and every episode. I love you as much for sharing it with me as I can anyone I know. So thank you for indulging my little dreams here. We will see you next time. We've got fight nights coming up. I can't wait for you to come back and join us again. Be good to each other.